Last week, Texans made their voice heard during one of the most talked about Senate races in the country. Coming up, MCTV's Jay McCauley has reactions to last Tuesday's election results.
Thanksgiving break is only a few days away, and many students are already getting into the holiday spirit as they prepare to head home. Find out how one campus group gave the tech community a way to express their gratitude before they hit the road.
And basketball season is officially in full swing here on campus. MCTV's Aditya Sahasrabudhe will have the latest scores and highlights from the hardwood, along with a look around tech athletics and sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Berkeley Adams.
And I'm Uvie Bikomo. It's been more than a week since midterm elections wrapped up in the United States, but there's still been a lot of talk regarding last week's results.
That's right, Uvie. And even if your candidate did not win, college students still played a big part in Tuesday's vote. MCTV's Jay McCauley met up with several tech students around campus to get their thoughts on one of the state's biggest races.
Last week, people around the state went out to the polls to cast their ballot for the midterm elections. One of the most talked about races was for the Texas Senate seat. The result, Ted Cruz is our senator.
Texas is a red state. It always kind of always has been. So it didn't surprise me that Ted Cruz won.
Cruz ran his toughest Texas campaign with conservative values in mind, in hopes that his fellow Texans would support the policies he wanted to implement. One of those policies is securing our borders and building a wall.
I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I think it's more of a concept, like I don't think a wall is going to be built, but the fact is to strengthen the border is kind of what that means, but it's relatively ignorant.
Cruz won his re-election campaign in the predominantly red state by a mere 3% against his opponent Beto O'Rourke. According to a study from Harvard, about 14.7 million people between the ages of 18 and 29 voted in this election. According to exit polls, Cruz received 29% of the votes from young voters compared to O'Rourke's 71%.
I just voted because I thought Beto would do more for Texas in the long run. What he would do, I don't know, but I just feel like he would do more. I think he cared more.
Though there has been a rise in Democratic voters in the state, some students feel that Texas will not turn blue.
But nonetheless, I think within the next 4 years that we will still be clinging on to the values that Texans hold dear to them and what kind of separates us from the rest of the states and what we value.
In one of the closest races in Texas history, Cruz maintained his Senate seat by a slim margin. Does this mean Texas is on its way to turning purple? Only time will tell. Reporting on the campus of Texas Tech for MCTV, I'm Jay McCauley. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jay. In other news, the countdown to Thanksgiving has begun. Many students are gearing up to head out of town, with some leaving as early as this weekend. But before you hit the road, one campus group is asking you to take some time to share what you're thankful for. Thankful Thursday has been taking place all day today in the sub. Earlier this morning, the Student Activities Board set up hot chocolate and a bulletin board across from the info desk. Students passing by could stop by, grab a cup of cocoa, and write down what they're thankful for, and on a paper leaf. The messages were then posted on a bulletin board to be shared with the tech community. Thankful Thursday is an annual event hosted by the SAB during the week before Thanksgiving. If you haven't had the chance to post what you're thankful for, you can stop by the sub before 5 p.m. today.
With Thanksgiving just 1 week away, many students are also starting to think about the next big holiday, Christmas. With that in mind, one student organization is offering you the chance to do some early holiday shopping. Yesterday and today, the Tech Print Club held their annual holiday print sale in the foyer of the art building. The sale included various works, all created by students in the School of Art. Money raised over the two-day sale will go towards funding to bring in visiting artists, along with helping assist students in the cost of attending annual conferences. Today's sale started at 9 a.m. and it wraps up tonight at 5:30 p.m.
Throughout the year, the Women's and Gender Studies Department, along with the TTU Office of LGBTQIA, presents a special film series to highlight issues important to the LGBTQ community. This week, one of those films gave students a chance to learn about a groundbreaking event in history. On Tuesday, Screaming Queens, the ride at Compton's cafeteria, was screened in the Sub Red Raider Lounge. The film tells the story of a little-known event in 1966 San Francisco that brought people together to violently resist the oppression of queer people in the U.S. The story is told from the perspective of street queens, cops, and activist civil rights ministers who experienced the events firsthand and talked about its effect on the society. After the screening, attendees participated in a discussion about the film and its themes. Tuesday's screening was part of the Queer Reels Real Topics film series, which is held each year during the fall and spring semesters. If you would like more information on the film series, along with a schedule of events, visit the lgbtqia.ttu.edu and click on the Students tab at the top of the page. The Texas Tech campus officially saw the coldest night of the season on Tuesday when lows fell to 22 degrees. That led to a very cold commute to classes, but we've seen a steady warm-up since then.
That's right, Uvie. After seeing a high of 36 degrees on Monday, yesterday's temperatures climbed into the mid-50s. So will the warmer trend continue into the weekend, or is another cold snap around the corner? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. It's been mostly sunny today on the MCTV Tower Cam. We've seen a few high clouds throughout the day, but otherwise the skies have been clear. The sun has also helped temperatures warm into the 60s, and highs could top out close to 70 degrees this afternoon. After sunset, lows will drop back below freezing, but it won't be as cold as the last couple nights. Tomorrow, the trend of warmer conditions will continue with clear skies and highs back in the mid-60s. Friday night will also be a little warmer, with temperatures expected to stay above freezing for the first time since last weekend. But on Saturday, the warming trend will end with temperatures staying in the 40s and low 50s throughout the day. We'll see even cooler temperatures on Sunday, and we can expect partly cloudy skies both days. Overnight on Sunday, temperatures will drop back below freezing, making for another chilly evening. Heading into Thanksgiving week, we'll see a slight rebound in temperatures and a return of the sun. Monday's high is expected to reach the mid-50s before lows fall back below freezing overnight. On Tuesday, the last day of classes before the break, will be another cool day, but temperatures may reach the 60s by late afternoon. We'll also see more sunshine throughout the day. As we head into Wednesday, we'll see a return of some clouds and another cool day. Highs on Wednesday are expected to reach the mid-50s and will be in the 40s most of the day. Overnight on Wednesday, temperatures will be warmer than they have been in a while, with lows only forecast to drop into the 40s. Looking ahead, mild temperatures and mostly clear skies should be in store for Thanksgiving, leading to a mild weekend here on the South Plains. The Texas Tech men's basketball team is off to a great start with 3 wins at home since their season started 2 weeks ago.
So could the team continue that momentum as they face another opponent on Tuesday in the USA? MCTV's Aditya Sahasrabudhe has a look at Tuesday's game and more in sports. AD?
Thanks, Uvie and Berkeley. Texas Tech men's basketball team extends its undefeated run this season with another win in a low-scoring game against Southeastern Louisiana. Tech's dependable Norense Uriasi and Jared Duffy led the Red Raiders to a 59-40 win over Southeastern Louisiana on Tuesday at the United Supermarkets Arena. This win was special as Tech senior Norense Uriasi secured a career-high 13 rebounds in his 92nd career game, and freshman Jared Culver scored a season-high 21 points. With this win, Tech extends its home non-conference consecutive win record to 41. The Red Raiders will now play Southern Cal on Monday at the Sprint Center. You can watch the game starting at 8:30 p.m. on ESPN or listen to the live commentary on TTSN. Head coach Marlene Strollings and the Lady Raider basketball staff inked 3 players to the first official recruiting class. Alexis Tucker, Nyla Dillard, and Rika Jackson signed national letters of intent and athletic scholarship agreements during the NCAA fall signing period. 2 of Strolling's signees are ranked in the top 20 nationally. Tucker is the 12th ranked player in the position and ranks in the top 70 in 2019 class. Dillard is a 3-time All-League selection and was named to the All-State second team, while Jackson is the number 15 ranked JUCO player in the country. With these splendid additions, the Lady Raiders are expecting a more than a good run in the conference. Now there's also something for basketball fans. The new radio show Lady Raider Basketball with Marlene Strollings aired yesterday at 6 p.m. Basketball enthusiasts can now listen to Marlene Strullings sharing her experience and know about the nitty-gritty of the game by tuning in to Lady Raider Basketball with Marlene Strullings. This one-hour show is hosted live by the voice of Lady Raiders, Mark Finkner. The radio show airs live courtesy to the Texas Tech Sports Radio Network and the team's flagship station, Double T 97.3 FM. In volleyball news, having equalized the set score after dropping the first set in an offensive battle, the Red Raiders went on to lose the game 3-1 to the Baylor Lady Bears. Junior Emily Hill was the only Red Raider in double figures with 12 kills, as the Red Raiders were prey to too many hitting errors. The Red Raiders will hit the road on Saturday to take on Kansas State. You can watch the game starting 8 p.m. on ESPN3. Now let us have a look at the professional sports. The Houston Rockets downed Denver Nuggets 109-99 to register their second consecutive win. Clint Capella led the way with a season-high 24 points. After an unlikely shaky start for their star man, James Harden upped his game to get 22 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists, and 3 steals. Chris Paul, who finished with 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, helped carry the Rockets in the first half when Harden wasn't scoring, and it appears he could finally be rolling into shape. On the other hand, Spurs are on the path of fiasco. After yesterday's 96-116 loss to Phoenix Suns, a lot of fingers are pointed against the Spurs. TJ Warren scored the highest 27 points with 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals to win it for the Suns. Hobbled by injuries and rejected by fate, the Spurs look to redeem themselves against the Clippers next. Moving on from basketball court to soccer field, England legend Wayne Rooney returns to captain his side today one last time against USA. Rooney retired from international duty in 2017 as England's all-time leading scorer and most capped outfield player. Considered to be one of the greatest England players of all time, he put to bed any talk of a return to the national team as he gears up for his swan song. But Rooney's return hasn't been universally backed, with some criticism all over the place. Rooney doesn't mind the naysayers as England's manager wants to institute a culture of appreciating legends as the norm. Irrespective of whether he scores or not, soccer fans will remember the legend's name for a long time. That's all for today's sports coverage. Back to you, Uvie.
Thanks, AD. With Thanksgiving break only 5 days away, things are starting to slow down here on the Tech campus. But there are still a few events that can fill your time before you leave for the break. Here's a look at today's MCTV events calendar. The School of Theater and Dance is currently hosting their annual Fall Dance Festival here on campus. The Fall Dance Festival is the first performance of the year, and it showcases the skill of students in the school. Each of the performances not only features students, but also the performances were choreographed by majors in the program. The Fall Dance Festival kicked off last night, and it continues at 7:30 p.m. in the Creative Movement Studio tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday night. Ticket prices are $15 for the general public and $5 for tech students. There will also be a limited number of free student rush tickets before each performance. For more information and to buy tickets online, visit the School of Theater and Dance's website listed on your screen.
The Fall Dance Festival isn't the only entertainment taking place on campus this week. There's also a chance to catch a unique award-winning singer in concert. Tomorrow night, the Presidential Lecture and Performance Series is bringing in musician Gina Chavez to Sub Allen Theater. Chavez is a bilingual singer who was named Musician of the Year in 2015 by the Austin Music Awards. Along with that award, Chavez also won the top prize in the 2014 John Lennon Songwriting Contest. Chavez will also bring her unique sound to the Sub for the second event of this year's PPLS series. The concert is scheduled to start at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, and students can get a free ticket with a Tech ID. For more information on tomorrow's event, visit presidentialseries.ttu.edu.
And if movies are more your speed, One Campus Group is continuing their weekly film screenings with one of the scariest blockbusters of the year. The Student Activities Board is screening The Nun tonight and tomorrow during their weekly late-night movie series. The Nun is the newest entry in the Conjuring film series, and it tells the story of a priest and his assistant who travels to Romania to investigate reports of a demonic nun. This week's screening of The Nun is scheduled for tonight at 10 p.m. and tomorrow at 7:30 and 10 p.m. As with all SAB events, this week's late night movie is free with a student ID.
So Uvie, are you ready for next week's Thanksgiving break?
I am, I'm really excited to go home and see family. What about you?
Yeah, I'm excited to go home too, eat good food. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check out ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.